Good afternoon. We're here for another Ask Agent. What was that? That was a bit of a David Cameron, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah. Actually, what's the guy called in Love Actually? When Hugh Grant waves, he does a two-handed wave and he goes, I really need to practice my wave. That was you.
It's my official wave.
I'm going to interview Phil today. This is very low, Cecile. I feel this is too low, sorry. Can you see us nicely?
Highlighting all her worst parts.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to sit back a little bit, I think. I feel like I'm very close to that. So we're going to do a market update because we haven't done one of those for a few months now. And I think there are some very interesting things going on in the market right now. Phil and I have been doing our due diligence. We're finding lots of research out about previous recessions, whether this is technically a recession, what that means, what's happening in the market across the UK, and what's happening here in the Lake District in our own little microclimate.
The UAE,
as well.
Scotland,
Qatar, 3-0.
Qatar. Don't start talking about football if you have any idea.
Every now and again last night I just went offside, and all the men were
Who
like,
are you sat with?
Chris. And a load of girls as well. We knew about as much as each other. In fact, they put Ian Rush on the screen and I didn't know who it was. He has not aged well, I can tell you. Ian Rush used to, and Alan Shearer as well. They used to be nice looking guys. What's happened?
Alan Shearer's always been receding though.
Quite I didn't mind him receding, but now it's gone, isn't it? It's not good.
It's on for a while. He's paid a lot of money though.
Do you know he's younger than me?
Most people are.
You can't say something nice.
Who says that's not nice?
52 he is. I worked till the whole
I'm surprised he's 52 actually.
Yeah, he's 52. Gary Lineker's 61.
He was irritating last night. He kept interrupting people. And then when they spoke, he'd go, yeah.
So he wasn't listening.
Yeah, it was really, I don't know if he always does it, but
That's what happens when Molly tells you off.
there's no answer.
We'll find out with Molly. Right, I've got some questions for you. What's happening in the market, in the property market?
So what's happening is we had a 2-year buffet of
Smorgasbord.
huh?
What do you mean a buffet?
Let me explain it. All the homes you like, all the buyers you like, come and pay ridiculous prices for not great houses, and sometimes, and it was all fairly easy. And we knew there was a cliff edge coming. We just tried to delay it as much as possible. So now what's happened is we can still achieve good prices. However, the actual people that pay those prices are very rare. So it's not as if you could drop a house by half in terms of value and you'll be inundated. You might get a little increase in viewings, but the people aren't there. So it's not a price sensitive market. It's just a people numbers game that aren't there right now, which was always going to happen for the amount of sales and buys there have been over the last couple of years. They weren't just constantly going to come.
So for the last 2 years, really what we had is a scarcity of supply. We had, remember the toilet rolls? There weren't any toilet rolls, and because people thought there was no toilet rolls, they went and bought toilet rolls. And even those people who would normally buy, I don't know, 8 rolls a week, I don't even know if there's 8 in the back, 8 rolls a week, were starting to buy 8 rolls a day because they were panic buying. And the same thing happened with houses. And the challenge with having, can we not
and
mix up
flour.
too many metaphors?
Remember flour?
Yeah, yeah. I do.
All of a sudden everyone was baking cakes.
So, but what happens when you've got too many toilet rolls in your house is you don't need any for quite a while. And that's what's happened. That all that low-hanging fruit of lots and lots of buyers went and bought, panic bought before they were ready to buy. So all those people were thinking about moving in 2023, 2024, all decided to move in the same year, which was a mad year really because they were buying at top prices. But that demand slowly sort of leveled off. And this is the kicker, all the sellers who weren't selling because it was COVID, so they didn't think they were going to get the right price, and we were saying, please sell now because it's the best price you'll ever get, probably in the next 10 years, said, no, Sam and Phil, we're going to wait a couple of years and see how the market pans out. 2 years later now, they've come to the market now. Well, the buyers have gone. The buyers were there 2 years ago and a year ago, but the buyers aren't there now. Not those silly buyers that were, prepared to buy it at any cost. So if you've missed the boat, we need to give you some advice actually. But if you've missed the boat, it's because of that. Because you weren't ready to sell 2 years ago, which is absolutely fine. You weren't ready to sell at the absolute peak of the market. And there was plenty of buyers then, but those buyers have probably bought and now it's just a normal, regular amount of buyers. So at the same time, we've got more supply than demand because those people who probably should have sold 2 years ago are now only selling now. So now the 2 years message has just caught up with them and they're going, actually, let's just sell now. Well, it's a little bit too late.
Yeah.
That sounded a bit doom and gloom, but it didn't.
Yeah, it's not necessarily too late because we've sold some really good.
It's too late for the prices and the buyers that were there 2 years ago.
Yes, we've sold some really good houses over the last 2 or 3 weeks. And actually, what usually happens is when you get the downturn period, whether that's 3 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is, that's when you sell the unorthodox houses, the ones that don't often get number of viewings and they're a bit odd compared to the rest of the market. That's where you sell
Unique.
those ones. Yes. So we're hoping that by us listing some amazing houses on Boxing Day, that will build up a bit of momentum going into the new year. And we have, what we've noticed a pattern of is, or not a pattern, what has happened is a lot of our clients have decided to take a break from the market. I mean, we're talking 10, 15,
Oh, a lot, haven't we?
which will either help or hinder come March when they all come back.
Yeah, because that's what we said yesterday, isn't it? We don't want them all to hit the market at the same time, unless there's a quick increase in buyers, but we still want them to dribble a bit, really, and don't want them back onto the market.
Yeah, and sellers do create buyers as well.
Yes, particularly our sellers and our buyers,
Yes.
because some buyers have been looking for years. We had an offer on a house recently, and they've been literally looking for, I think you said 4 years. So until the right house comes along, they're not going to jump, and that creates inertia, doesn't it?
So what we have been doing quite a bit over the last week or so is asking our VIP buyers that are still there, that haven't managed to find their home in the pandemic, whatever they've been doing, we haven't found their perfect home. We've been saying, right, tell us exactly what you need, and then we'll find that for you. So maybe you're in a house that over the next week or so we'll get a letter from us to say this person has personally identified your house as being a house of interest, and then we can have a conversation.
So a few things. How many people are on our VIP buyers list?
I don't know.
It was about 160, I think.
It was about 200 at one point, but what I asked them a few weeks ago to go through every single person
and clean the list
and ask them.
Yeah.
So I
Have
don't
you already
know
bought
what the
them?
update price.
I think it's about 160. That's a bit of a guess. But they are all qualified, committed buyers that we speak to a lot. What do you mean by Boxing Day sales?
So every year we run a campaign of launching 6 to 8 unique homes. We try and get in different markets, so one at 500,000, one at 7, etc. And we go to market on Boxing Day. Reason being is it's one of, if not the busiest day on Rightmove, because people either decide the house is too small because of all the people in it, they decide that they don't like their husbands, or they decide that
Lives.
they've forgotten to buy their better half's present and they better buy them a house. So, and also they get the Rightmove alerts that go out, which I'm sure you get. Our houses are the only houses on there, generally speaking, and therefore we're maximising the maximum.
What's the impact of the lack of buyers at the moment?
I'm not sleeping great. My wife's present, Christmas present value is reduced dramatically.
Yeah. So it's from Lidl, is it?
My kids don't get fed.
What about the impact to other people who might be watching this?
You'll notice I'm wearing the same clothes every week.
For goodness sake.
I'll probably look more tired next week than I do this week.
Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. He's waiting for his Porsche to arrive, by the way, just to put it into context.
Yeah, but it was meant to arrive last month and it still hasn't arrived.
Big red bow around it. To me,
To me.
to the market, is we've got wobbly buyers and sellers. And what I think is really important is to, if you are thinking about buying or selling, do not read the newspapers. They're talking complete rot. In fact, we were looking at predictions, weren't we, over the coming year from the major news sites and property companies like Savills, for example, and who else?
The Guardian.
The Guardian, Express. Who else was on there?
I can't remember.
Was it ONS or somebody on there? There was some big
There was some official
official organisations, and it went from at the worst. It said over the next year, the price is going to drop by -20. Sorry, yeah, -20%, and at its best, it was -4%. Now, we had doom and gloom back in, so some of you can remember, 2008, 2009, with everybody saying there's going to be a massive crash. And yes, some parts of the market in some parts of the country dropped by 25%. But there'll always be the 4Ds, people who need to move because of, can't remember them now, death, divorce. Can I remember the two?
I'm going to be silly, but I won't. Death, not death.
Distressed, maybe it was one.
Yeah, distressed and debt.
Is that not the same as debt? Anyway, there were 4Ds. I'm sure
Same as
someone will tell
debt.
us. Yeah, distress and debt. The distressors are in debt and then they're getting divorced because of it. Sorry, we don't mean to make light of this.
And then they die.
No, stop it. The point is that there will always be that section of the market that who has to move, and so they drive the middle market. And there's always going to be a selection of buyers, and for us, it's probably 80% of our buyers who are financially robust and financially immune from these ups and downs in the market, maybe even made money out of the ups and downs in the market.
The financial markets are doing, if you know what you're doing, are doing very well right now.
Exactly.
So there are opportunities out there.
Interest rates are high, which is good for savers.
Yes.
So people who've got money are going to make more money over the next few years, not less. And so therefore they might feel like they want a little windfall. There's a lot of, we've been talking about a lot of business transactions, very, very high level business transactions, you know, going for tens of millions of pounds. And those people want to live in the most beautiful place in the country. And guess what? It's here.
Cornwall.
Not a chance. It would be a bit warmer than it is now. It was freezing this morning. What's our
Abu
recommendations?
Abu Dhabi wasn't freezing.
He's just come back from Abu Dhabi.
Although, I spent 90%.
Can't believe you're pleading poverty and you've just come back
I
from
spent
Abu Dhabi.
90% of the time freezing because of the amount of aircon.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem.
Came back ill because of the aircon.
I feel so sorry for
I
you.
went to sit on a
Gutted.
camel in the heat and watch Formula 1 cars whiz round the track. And he
Did
said
you
I
sit on
was
the camel?
shivering. No.
What's our recommendations?
I was in an Irish bar most of the time. Which goes against everything that UAE stands for.
No.
Yeah. £12 a pint as well. So I only had two.
What's our recommendations for people who are thinking about buying or selling at the moment?
Thinking about buying or selling. Sorry, I was thinking about. What's my recommendation? Buying, it's quite simple. You have a wide selection to look at of properties to look at, and you've probably got more time than you did in the summer. If you're selling, be patient. Don't overreact with price. The market won't react with you, and have confidence that it's going to come back in the year.
Yeah, we've been talking to somebody.
Sorry, one last thing. The ratio between viewings to offers has dramatically dropped. So although there's a lot less viewings, the quality of the viewings has increased a lot.
We've been talking to somebody who is on the market for, let's say, 2 million, or that's not true. I just want to make sure that not. Okay, does it work?
Have you just put a
Okay.
filter on, Sam?
Actually, the sound might cough, so I'll
Did you hear?
I'll finish off. That's all for this week. I'll talk to you another time about the guy at 2 million, but I don't think there's going to be any sound on this bit. So we'll just need to just move on quickly.
Why are you
and
moving
say,
your mouth and not saying anything?
and say,
Why wouldn't there be any sound?
because it's just said low
No,
battery.
they will right now.
No, at 10%,
It's 20, you're all right.
I might be okay then.
I thought you were moving on because of. I asked if you dyed your hair.
No,
It looks darker.
nobody's bothered about the colour of my hair. All right, I'll say this. What I was going to say about the £2 million
Say
guy.
it.
The point is that if he's on the market at £2 million and he's thinking about dropping, there's a pool of buyers at 2 million. Let's say it was going to drop to 1.5 million. It's only a very slightly bigger pool of buyers. So you're not going to get, like you were saying, inundated by dropping the price. You need to be on at the right price for now and not a COVID price, not a pandemic premium price. However, you need to make sure that you're not knee-jerk reacting, because that will have a knock-on effect on the whole market anyway, if you start doing that and everybody else starts doing that. And if all the other agents are doing the same thing and suggesting price drops. So we're going to stay calm and confident in this market. And in other news, we've just started our 12 Days of Christmas, which is our Support Local campaign. We run at Ashdown Jones every year with 12 amazing local businesses. We've just started filming. They go live from tomorrow onwards. In fact, tomorrow's is a really, really big one, so look out for that. I won't tell you what it is, but look out for it. Becoming live, it won't be coming live, it should be coming scheduled to at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Scheduled to you.
Scheduled to you, to the airways. Well, because I don't expect Cecile to be posting live at 8 o'clock in the morning. I expected to schedule it today for tomorrow morning.
It's tomorrow, isn't it? Which one's for tomorrow?
No, I've just said. Were you not listening? I've just said we won't tell them.
We're not even going to tell you.
It's a really. Phil's just gone.
We
and
both
done
know.
The filming is something else. He did this morning.
You were there.
I heard all about it. I heard.
Nailed it.
Okay, we're gonna say goodbye. So watch out for the 12 Days of Christmas.
It's a good one tomorrow.
It's probably one of the best ones of the whole
And
12.
the actual giveaway is good too.
That's what I meant.
No, it's joking.
What are you talking about? Oh, a good video.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good a video.
It was.
Maybe we should have a little poll, a vote. Who does the best videos? Sam or Phil? We'll see. So watch out for those. Give us a like, comment and share, please, because it really helps local businesses as well as ourselves. And I hope you got your tree up.
And you won't win if you don't.
That's a good point too.
Simple.
Thanks very much. Thanks for watching this Ask AJ. Bye for now.